Bill Carroll, Zinni62 Media, and I'm working my way through my watch list as we talked about, and I'm trying to get to every single one of as many as I can of the players that I'm excited about watching in the upcoming 2024-2025 season, particularly those that I think are underappreciated or underrated. I'm going to start with a player who very seriously considered declaring for the draft, and that's Romello, also known as Mello Dotson. He's from Daytona Beach, Florida. Found his way all the way to Kansas and is in a terrific program and a very good defensive backfield. Though they've had some guys leave, obviously both Kalon Gervin, Quentin Lassiter have moved on because they're out of eligibility. They brought in some transfers of their own, and I think you might see Jamil Croft play quite a bit. Kobe Bryant, yes, there's lots of Kobe Bryants, various places in college football now. Is expected. He's with COBE. Is expected to make big contributions, but the linchpin to their secondary is the aforementioned Romello, aka Mello Dotson. Terrific player. Had 44 total tackles last year, 9 passes defended, 4 interceptions, 2 of which he took back to the house. And it should be pointed out that it wasn't like he snuck up on people. They knew he was back there. They just couldn't sufficiently avoid him, despite the fact that they were very much aware of him. Just a terrific all-around player. Has good size. He's probably about 6 feet and 5/8, probably about 191 pounds. Miko Dotson Jr., older brother, and he's one of those guys that's just playing ball forever. And he really began to make an impact going all the way back to his redshirt freshman year. He made 8 starts. Was in on 24 total tackles, 21 of which were solo with 3 assists. Also had a 65-yard interception against Duke as a redshirt freshman. As the old football saying is, if a dog will bite you, he'll bite you as a pup. Comes back the next year and was just pretty good all season. Had a good game against West Virginia, a terrific game against Houston, and once again against Duke. Duke should stop playing against them. Against Duke, he had 8 solo tackles and an assist, broke up 2 passes, and had a tackle for loss for 2 yards, minus 2 yards. Good game against Iowa State, 5 solos, 2 assists. Good game against Texas A&M, and then with all the lights on against Oklahoma, had 7 tackles, 3 of which were solo, 4 assists, 2 pass breakups. Then, Oklahoma should be watching out for him because most recently against Oklahoma, took one back against them. TD, a pick 6 against them. Also had an assisted tackle this past season against Illinois. Had an interception and 3 total tackles against Nevada. Broke up 2 passes and also had his second career tackle for loss. Total of 6 tackles against BYU. Had 3 pass deflections, including another solo tackle. Big game against Iowa State. 3 tackles, including a solo, and once again returned another interception for a touchdown. So 2 pick 6s, as I said. Made all Big 12 first team for the preseason. College Football Network's 3rd team All-American, and they're all Big 12, which I don't know who they had ahead of him. I think he's first team All Big 12 for me. I think he's a top 100 player in my book. He's a guy with a legitimate track background, competed in the 100 and 200 meters in high school, and I will be very surprised if, when the time comes, he doesn't end up being once again, he may go later than I think, he may run slower than I think, but based on his track background, based on his size and his productivity, how he makes it out of the 3rd round, it's a good corner class, don't get me wrong, but he shouldn't make it out of the 3rd round, maybe the 4th. I think most people are lower on him than I am. I'm rather high on him. And the next player is a player who's been tearing it up. Running back from Notre Dame, not the university, but the college in Ohio, the same where place where Jamil McLaughlin tore it up for 4 years before he transferred to Youngstown State. Another guy that started right out of the box being super productive. Back in 2021, was in 9 games, had 140 rushes for 828 yards. That's 5.9 yards a pop, averaging 92 yards rushing per game as a true freshman. Also had 6 touchdowns. Then in that year had 300-yard games, including 164 in the D2 playoffs against a very good Slippery Rock team. Then Moves up as a sophomore in 12 games, 1,069 yards, his first 1,000-yard season, 197 attempts, 8 touchdowns, 2 of which were against Charleston. So once again, that's playing up a level in competition. They're D2, Charleston's FCS. Also scored against Linville State twice. 173 yards against Charleston. Once again, playing up. No, sorry, wrong Charleston. I'm thinking about Charleston Southern. This is the Charleston that's in the Mountain East Conference. Still a good program, but that is D2. Then had total of 5 games. We had 100 yards rushing. Also 9 catches for 48 yards. Hope he gets, well, he does. He gets a little more involved. I want us to get even more involved in the passing game. And then last year, in just 9 games, had 1,145 yards rushing. That's 127 yards per game. If he, plays in a couple more games, he's going to be one of the top 3 or 4 guys in the country. So things to work on. Well, he's listed at 5'10". I don't believe that. 185, that's probably about close. He's probably 183, probably about 5'9.25", which is fine. I think another 8 to maybe 12 pounds would do him good. And he looks like he still has room on his frame. He's not, he doesn't look maxed out by any stretch of the imagination. And yes, could he do more in the passing game? Yes. He's never, to this point, had more than 21 receptions. It's just 16 last year, but of course he missed a couple games. Then 21 the year before and 3 the year before that. So, well, hold on. Sorry, 15 last year, 9 the year and 2. So 26 career receptions, but 15 last year. So he's trending at least in the right direction. I would like to see him get in maybe double that, get around 30 receptions, and once again, maybe right around 200. So maybe somewhere between 225 and 240 total touches, and I think he'll be one of the top 3 or 4 guys in D2 in all-purpose yardage. Just a terrific all-around player. Could he be bigger? Sure, but he's the size he is, and you don't ask guys to just tote the rock, 24, 25, 26 times a game at the NFL level anymore. It's everybody's doing back by committee. He'll be just fine as an NFL back. Will probably be undrafted, but he's a player who deserves to be in a camp, and I think he'll stick. Dotson is a guy that people I think are too low on. I have a late 3rd on him. I could see him doing even better if he runs like I think he can run. Those are my guys for today. I will have 2 more for you tomorrow. And please, once again, let me know what you think. Am I doing this right? But what do you want to see me do that I'm doing? And most importantly, is there a player I haven't gotten to that you want me to get to? I'm going to go through a long list of guys, but if there's somebody you want me to move to quickly, let me know. Once again, Bill Carroll for Zinni 62 Media, and I will talk to you again tomorrow.